Your personal statement is not about you. I know that that's confusing. The prompt literally says, share how your lived experiences influenced your interest in OT. Stay with me for a few minutes because this distinction is one that separates accepted from waitlisted more consistently than almost anything else I've observed on admission committees. Because the misunderstanding about what a personal statement is actually for costs more qualified applicants than acceptance than any other single mistake, and that is completely fixable once you see it. Here's how most applicants approach the personal statement. They think about the meaningful experiences that led them to OT. They write those experiences in a way that felt heartfelt and genuine. They include the person who inspired them, the moment they knew, the journey that brought them here. And the result is a beautifully written biography that tells the committee a great deal about what happened to the applicant, and almost nothing about whether the applicant is ready for graduate professional training, because those are two completely different things. And committees are reading for the second one. Here's exactly what that means and how to write for it. When I was reviewing applications, here's the question I was asking while I read every personal statement. Does this applicant understand what they are getting into? Not just what does OT look like from the outside, what it demands of you from the inside, the graduate level rigor, the clinical intimacy, the professional accountability, the complexity of working with vulnerable human beings in the most difficult moments of their lives. A personal statement that tells me what happened to the applicant does not answer that question. A personal statement that shows me how the applicant thinks about those experiences does. That is the difference between a biography and a positioning document. And here's how to write the second one without losing any authenticity. The shift from biography to positioning is not about removing your story. It's about what you do with your story. A biography says, here's what happened. A positioning statement says, here's what I understand because of what happened. Every experience in your personal statement should lead to an insight, not just an emotion, not just a motivation, a professional insight, something you understand about occupational therapy, about clinical practice, about yourself as a future clinician because of that experience. That is the positioning. And committees feel the difference immediately. Here is a specific test I want you to apply to every paragraph of your personal statement right now, because this one question will show you exactly where your essay is working and where it needs a little bit of a rewrite. Read each paragraph and ask, does this make a committee feel confident? Does it seem to make them feel something? Does it make them feel confident? Confident that you understand what the profession demands. Confident that you can reason at a professional level, or that you could in the future. Confident that you choose OT for reasons that will sustain you through the hardest parts of the program. The paragraphs that pass that test stay. The paragraphs that fail need to be rewritten, not to remove the experience, but to extract professional insight that the experience gave you. That rewrite process is where most applicants find the real essay hiding underneath the first one they wrote. And the one last thing about personal statements that I watched cost applicants every cycle, and that almost no one talks about directly. Programs are looking for AI-generated personal statements. Some are so obvious, it's in a grounds for immediate rejection. And the reason is not just policy. It's that an AI written statement cannot demonstrate your professional reasoning. It can produce a very nice, polished biography. It cannot produce your specific insights from your specific experiences. The personal statement is one of the few places in your application where your actual thinking is visible. Use it. Do not outsource it. Write the messy draft first, then refine it. The essay that makes committees feel confident is the one that sounds unmistakably like you thinking at a professional level, not a polished AI version. My group sessions cover personal statement strategy in depth, how to identify your positioning, extract your professional insights, and build an essay that makes committees feel confident. From someone who reads hundreds of personal statements on committee side, I know exactly what the difference is. The link's in the bio if you want to join our groups, or you can also check out our school community where we have all the conversations about this as part of our community. Check out the link in bio.